Posted by you/only_wasabi7243. I made this account a few days ago, debated on actually posting about this because it's stupid, but here I am. So, I, 17M, am graduating high school this year. My parents divorced when I was just shy of 2, a long time ago. Dad remarried, mom remarried, then divorced again, and she's single. Dad had another son with his wife. His other son is 14. My entire life, his other son has taken more importance. I was told that since I'm the older brother, I should be stronger and not make a big deal out of it. I was 9 years old, standing and looking out the window, waiting for my dad to show up, only for him to call my mom and tell me he can't make it because his other son has a dentist appointment and is freaking out. It was literally just a checkup. Yeah, sure, understandable, let me just go F myself. Stupid things like that kept happening. He ditched my sports games for random reasons, not even just because of my brother. He didn't come to my talent show when I was 15 simply because he didn't want to. That's it. He had no plans, nothing else he needed to do. Just didn't want to. I spent months learning guitar and a song to play for him since he loves guitar and loves that song. Oh well, let me go F myself again. My parents don't have a good relationship, but my mom doesn't keep him from me. I've heard their conversations, he just doesn't want to be there. I don't know. At one point, I asked my mom if he really was my dad, and she said yes and asked why I was saying things like that. I asked, why does he hate me then? It was an emotional moment, but it passed. That happened just before my 17th birthday, and since then, I've just kind of stayed in my lane. If he reached out to me, I'd say hi, but I wouldn't ask him anything. I wouldn't hug him if I saw him, and I wouldn't beg for time together. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Not saying he was never in my life, but he was really only there for the moments where literally anyone else would call him a jerk if he wasn't. Birthdays, short visits on Christmas, when I had surgery as a kid, he was there for that. But for anything else, he was busy like 70% of the time. Well, last week, he told me he regretted being so absent in my life. He also told me he had pre-planned a trip for him to drive me to college when I start. We would leave immediately following my graduation and just drive across the country. I haven't been accepted to any college yet, but I've spoken to the one I want to go to, which is in Washington, and with my grades, it's basically guaranteed. I told him not to bother and that he should spend the summer with his son. I do want to point out that I've never said no when he's asked to hang out or talk on the phone. I always said yes, even when I didn't want to, just to keep the peace and avoid causing issues. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a dad, I have a mother and a man who occasionally spares time for his other kid. He didn't like my reply and said I'm his son too. Lol, not gonna lie, I laughed and asked, since when? We kind of fought after that and didn't end on a good note. I told him I was planning on dropping contact when I turned 18 since he'd probably do the same. So why bother keeping this relationship alive when he's never wanted to know me, and I've stopped wanting him to. He's been trying to reach out, but I shut it down every time. He's dropped by, but I don't see him. He calls, I decline. He messages, I ignore. Yesterday, I messaged him, hi dad, please stop trying to talk to me. I truly want no relationship with you. You never wanted one with me, so I don't see why you're acting so hurt by this. I don't know if you never gave a F about me because of your own hate for me or because of your wife, who never let me come over, I don't know, I don't care. I realized I don't have a dad a while ago and really accepted it recently. I'm not mad, I just don't care. Keep the same energy now that you've had for the last decade and stay away from me. I hope your relationship with your son stays just as important to you because he's your only kid. Have a good life. Dad told my mom, and now she's mad at me. She told me I should give him a chance because he's trying. She's not wrong, I do feel kinda bad because I could tell he was excited when he was describing our trip. Oh well. I wanted a dad who would be proud of my achievements and my grades, but instead, I got a good job card from a grocery store and an I'm proud of you text. Really sincere. Mom's still trying to guilt trip me, and I'm starting to feel like I should just do the trip, then block his number once I'm at college. It's another year of faking smiles with him, and I just don't want to do that. It would be easier, though. I don't know, am I a jerk for all this? Commenter. Not the jerk. If you had agreed to the trip, your sibling would probably have been a last-minute addition so you two could get to know each other better. I'm betting Dad was hoping to blindside you, and by then, it would be too late to back out. I would also ask your mom why she's defending him after all the hurt she's seen inflicted on you by his lack of caring. Op's response. She said she doesn't want me to regret anything later in life. I told her I won't, but she's still pushing. Update 2 days later. Hi, I wasn't planning to make an update post, but more and more people kept asking for one, so here I am. I'm sorry I stopped replying, but the post got attention, and I freaked out a bit. I stopped replying, but I didn't stop reading the comments and the 100+ DMs people sent me. This won't be long. A lot of people told me to confront my mom about why she was pushing so hard, and I did. After a while, she gave in and told me we should ask my dad over. 25 minutes later, we're all sitting in my living room, and they tell me my dad has cancer. He won't get through it, and he won't be here for my 21st birthday, my college graduation, my wedding, or when I have kids. It's different when someone won't be there but could be, like an absent parent. Some of you suggested going no contact for a few years and reassessing later. Well, I can't do that. People told me to ask myself if I'd miss him if he was gone, and I do want a dad. I don't know what to say. Who doesn't want a father in their life? Yes, I seemed indifferent in my post, and I really felt that way, but he's not going to be here. So I don't really get to take my time and go to therapy, which almost every single person suggested. If I only get to have a dad for a year, then I'm taking it. I'm going on the trip with him. They made it very clear there's a chance he won't be here, and if that happens, he wants me to go with my mom. He had planned for us to see the country, see where he grew up, and make memories together so I'd have something. I know people will be mad about what I'm doing, and I'm sorry. Thank you for your advice and your personal stories to help me decide what to do. Is he just doing this now to clear his conscience? Probably. But I don't care. He won't get to see either of his kids grow up, and I think that's punishment enough. Commenter. You do realize that if he didn't have cancer, he still would have chosen to be absent, right? That he isn't wanting to hang out with you out of love, it's because of guilt. This is still all about him. Ops response. Yes, I'm aware, but I don't care. I'm not doing this for him to feel better about himself, I'm doing it so I can have memories with my dad. I don't get to wait years and work through my emotions to figure out if I want a relationship with him or not, it's already decided that I don't get one. Yes, I know if he wasn't dying, he wouldn't be here. I don't know if things will go back to how they were, and I don't know if he'll go back to focusing on his other son and drop me again. But I feel like I owe it to myself to try, and if it doesn't work out how I'm hoping, then F it, at least I gave it an honest effort. I'm not going into this with an open heart and a smile on my face, but I'm willing to be there and talk.